self-care, massage, yoga, going on the bathtub, doing a face mask, it still doesn't do it for you? There is something more profound behind it. There is something way more profound behind it. This is emotional abuse. This is the reason why the self-worth is so low. And today we're going to be talking about how you can make it work in getting that self-love, that self-worth growing, no matter what happened in the past, no matter what is happening to you right now. Welcome. Hello, my dear friends. Here is Blanca Vergara. Delighted to see you again in this channel. You know that I am a woman on a mission to accelerate the emergence of the heart-centered economy. And what is that? An economy that brings back the feminine as a superpower. The feminine, that power of Mother Earth, that nourishment, that presence, that hug. You see, it's not as a repression of the masculine, but as a divine marriage. Can you imagine? This dare to do things with compassion? Imagine that sacred feminine and sacred masculine running businesses. That is my dream. And that is what I started to see everywhere. Now, what's the relevance of that together with the content of today? Today, we're going to be talking about why many women have a hard time increasing their self-worth, their self-love. They don't even know how to do it. You read it everywhere that, if you meditate, if you do yoga, if you eat better, if you sleep well, then you will feel better. Sure, of course, you can do all those things, and I have nothing against that. They are tactics that, have their place. The problem is that if you use them as tactics and as separate items, they are not going to work. We need to go back to basics. We need to go to the principles. So the reason why I mentioned in the title emotional abuse is because this is the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room, why women cannot just get over it, is because we have thousands of years of emotional abuse. What is that? We have been told by society, by history, by the newspapers, by the media, by our mothers, by our fathers, that we are less than. That it is less than to be beautiful. Oh, you're a gold digger. Or you are the stupid blonde, or the long hair, just got it. Yes, everything that's the feminine is not good enough. Stay-at-home mom, just a stay-at-home mom is less than. You have to be the president. The only way to be successful is to be masculine, the hero, the king. So that's emotional abuse, because that is telling us that being that divine feminine, owning our femininity, is not good enough. So it's like telling a fish that he is stupid because he cannot climb a tree. It's just insane. We are measured with different values. So if we see this as emotional abuse, that is not okay and it is not fine, then something has to click. It is a lie. Ladies, it's a lie. You are worth it just the way you are. Precisely the way you are. So what is self-worth? Self-worth is about valuing. And what is valuing? Is giving value. Just like you evaluate a company, you evaluate who you are. Your presence has value. Your words, your existence has value. And this is the fundamental thing that you need to do for self-worth. It is the coming from, the definition of who you are as a person of worth, no matter what is the opinion of everybody else, how many likes you have on Facebook, how many likes you have in YouTube, no matter how much money you have in your bank account, no matter how much weight you have, no matter. You as a soul, as a person, you have value. Just like that. This is just the fundamental. And this spiritual truth is more powerful than all the diets that you can do and all the titles and certifications that you can get when you realize the truth, because this is the truth. When you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I love you. You dear you, I love you. The past falls away. The future falls away. The anger falls away. And this is something that it must be a practice. It must be a practice, and it must be a practice 24/7. I offer you the idea that you go through your life, and in the moment when you are triggered by a lie of the world, that you're triggered as something that makes you angry, sad, as something that gets you out of your center, you ask yourself, is this true? And even if you could say, maybe, you could answer in a different way. I don't thoroughly understand. And this is true because if you look at all the super scientists, the ones that are super advanced, they will tell you that reality is highly mysterious and scientists don't understand it. So if somebody attacks you and tells you what a horrible person you are, you can ask, is it true? I don't thoroughly understand this. You don't thoroughly understand it, you know why? Because you don't thoroughly understand your magnificence. And you do not thoroughly understand the coming from of the other person. What kind of trauma that person has to attack you? Because if a person is attacking you, it's coming from their point of view of their own very fear. So stay in that magnificence constantly, in the truth of who you are. This is the fundament. Self-worth is about valuing. Value what? Who you are. Step number 1, spirit. Value who you are. If you do this, you don't need anything else. Well, I want to give you another clue. So number 1 is spirit. Number 2 is mind. Guard your mind. Read. Get yourself full of content, thoughts, books, videos, whatever fits your mind, reminding you of your worth. Biographies, psychology, well, no. Fill your mind. When you think better, you will feel better. If you get out of your center of I am worthy and this is my identity, my fundamental spiritual identity, besides that identity of bones and organs, but the identity of your divine you, you get through your mind. Just through the study of science, you will get back to the very same point. Point number three is somehow similar. Use your body. When you exercise, when you go and run for a while, a marathon, when you do yoga exercise, that either yoga, yin or yang, that makes you sweat or that makes you stretch, that it makes you feel alive. When you get into your body, you get into your mind and you get into your heart. It is another avenue to remember your worth. And maybe it goes with the body because it's a physical reality. When you actually do one of the things that is not doing it for you, like buying the dress, the champagne, the car, the house, and still might not be doing it for you. Take that object, and this is a mindfulness exercise that is just as old as what. This, the first person I heard it from put a raisin on his hand and just start observing the raisin and seeing the magnificence of it and seeing that the raisin was going to be consumed by him, and it was the raisin was the entire universe. And the entire universe was going to be consumed by him, and he will be the entire universe. You can do the same thing with your new dress. Just look at the dress and love it. See where the silk came from, where the silkworms came from, how it traveled by plane, how they designed the dress, and just be in the love of the object. And with love in the object, you love yourself because this is my dress. And then you get back to the spiritual practice. So it doesn't matter if you enter through the mind or through the body, you go back to the spiritual practice of who you really are. When you stay with who you really, really are, you are powerful beyond belief. You are worthy beyond belief. But it's a practice. You have to do it every day, several times a day, ideally, absolutely constantly. So this is my wish for you, that you remember how miraculous, how wonderful it is that you really are, because that is really your identity. Infinite. Wishing you a wonderful day, and of course, offering you my hand. If you feel inspired, if you are one of the kind of women I work with, intelligent, hardworking, with letters after her name, but still second guessing yourself, still doubting, still not good enough, still looking for that missing link, contact me. I'm certain that you will enjoy meeting the women that work with me, who will help you rise and fall in love with yourself. Wishing you a wonderful day. And I hope I can meet you personally the other side.